Hello, I'm Rob Lobberbob, and today I will be making a non-traditional video, and I will be predicting the 2025 to 26 Premier League. Let's get right to it. So I've got here, it says champions 1st to 5th, 6th, 7th to 10th, 11th to 15th, and 16th to 17th, and the relegation zone. So I will be predicting which team will finish last and first, and I do have some unpopular opinions. So first here at the bottom, we've got Burnley here. So I will put them, 18th. So Burnley, though they have made some signings, they do not have a good team. They have made good signings like Jadon Anthony, Marcus Edwards, Zian Fleming, Basher Humphreys, Max Weiss, Quillenshi Hartman. They actually made a lot of signings. Even Twanzebe, which I know, But still, I do not put them very highly. I put them at 18th because though their tactics is, they have a possession style with creative signings, risk being open defensively, and that's a risk, yeah. So they're very open defensively, but they have taken some good signings, but a lot of them. But still 18th. I don't see them making it out the Premier League anytime soon. So I will be rating each club from 20 to 1st by some criteria. And the criteria will be if they have some successes and if they have good players. Their tactics and their that's kind of more like just to see their jerseys, their new jerseys, and if they have a good logo, just opinion-wise, kind of that. So, next is Fulham. So, Fulham is kind of mid-table, but recently they have been doing well, so I've decided to put them 9th. They only made one signing. I wanted to put them top 8, maybe even like 6th or 7th, but they only made one signing. But it's interesting because it's Peter Cech's son, the son of the Czech goalkeeper who played for the likes of Chelsea. So it's an interesting signing, but it's not enough. It's really not enough. He's 16. It's his first professional contract, but it's not enough. Not enough to be pushing for top 8. Next up is Brentford. Well, for Brentford, I did rate them 11th. So, right there, mid-table, they have sold Brian Mbeumo and Christian Norgard, and even Flecken. So they made a lot of their squad has been getting a downgrade, but they have signed Calvin Kelleher from Liverpool, and they signed Coyote and Jordan Henderson, which almost everyone knows, and some Milambo and Donovan. So not so much good signings, but Henderson and Kelleher's decent, but still 11th is the most that they'll get. They have some good tactics, Thomas Frank has been counter-attacking, but now there's Keith Andrews, so no one really knows what it's gonna be, but he's probably gonna rebuild attacking depth. Because they've lost a lot of players. So still interesting signings to come. So it might still, even my opinion might change because still there's a lot of time in the window. But so far, their successes have been mid-table finishes recently, so that's good for them. They have been known to be a bottom of the Premier League, but now they have been good, but they're not gonna really finish any higher than 11th for me. They do have an iconic red and white jersey, so their jersey's really cool, and I love that they have a bee, an animal on their jersey. That's nice. But still, I only rate them 11th. Next, there's Forest, and I have rated them low for this season. So I've rated them 16th. And, well, it's just above relegation, because though they have finished, I think, 7th this season, and they will get Conference League, I know that, but I think they finished 7th. Yeah, something like that. 7th, I think. They did lose Anthony Elanga to Newcastle, which is bad, and their squad is nothing good, really. They have signed some players from Botafogos, Jair Cunha and Sheriff Yaya and Igor Jesus. So it's good signings, but still they're lacking. And they are reliant on quick counters and compact structure, so they're rebuilding after a big sale. Nottingham has kind of fallen off from last season. I think their squad isn't as good because some players have been sold. Some players are not as good as last season. Already they've been down fading at the end of the season. It's kind of, they're kind of mid right now. I don't think they should be getting higher than that. And about now, Villa. Well, I placed Villa quite high. They finished 6th this season, and though it's quite hard to do what they did this season, I think they're going to finish 7th because they have been doing good performances, but I don't know how, because it is looking good for them because they have been doing quite well. They have a good team, but they have been putting off Disasi, Asensio, and Rashford, who have been on loan last season, away. They haven't signed them. Marcus Rashford already joined Barca on another loan deal. But they do have a solid team still, so that is good. So I have rated them 7th, but it's nothing too good. Their formation is a 4-2-3 style, so their tactics, it's a 4-2-3-1 style with a style of high pressing and possession based football. So they kind of really like the possession, but I still don't see them finishing higher than 7th. So they have been having a comeback, as I said. They qualified for Champions League, and they're getting far in every competition, but it's not really good for them. And about their kits, they have been working on improving their jerseys, and they really did. Their 3rd kit has such a cool design. It has some very, I think, honeycombed or something like that shapes, and it's really cool. It's it's called stained glass design or something like that, they said, but it looks quite cool. Okay, next up, Chelsea, and I put them very high. I put them 5th. So they will, my opinion is they will be in the Champions League next season, as this season they did finish I think 4th or something like that. Well, Chelsea have a lot of players, tons. They have Nkunku, Palmer, Pedro Neto, Cucurella, Sanchez, Reece James, a lot of players. And their signings have been good, not world class, but they signed João Pedro, Jamie Bino Gittins, Actually not Bino Gittins, just Gittins. I thought his name was Bino Gittins. Liam Delap and 18-year-old Esteval William. So they have made some signings, as they always do. They always, they always spend money. They're known for spending billions, not millions, but billions on new players. And they did do that again. They're not special, but they do work perfectly in what Enzo Maresca does. And they will use Madueke and Gittins out wide in an attacking style and will highlight certain players like Cole Palmer and Enzo. So it will make kind of everything kind of work because their team has been, they went down and then maybe up again just one season right now, but still it's nothing special. So, Enzo Maresca is trying to still work that out. But so next I've got perfect because it's right after Chelsea, 6th, the Europa League spot. Well, they are getting there because Newcastle isn't bad. Right now Isaac left, but still they did sign Anthony Elanga. And though without Isaac, they still have a solid team. They have Joelinton, Trippier, Botman, and more. I don't know if the Isaac signing though is confirmed. It's in discussion just today, but he does look to leave to a new club. So if it will be today or in a week, he is moving. So Newcastle does have a formation of a 4-3-3, but they do change to 4-5-1 when defending. So they kind of have a really good midfield and they like to highlight it. And they have aggressive pressing. So they really want to keep the possession in the midfield and then create chances, as they like to do. Without Isaac, it might be hard. So even if I was thinking if I should put them top 4, but for me it's not. It's 6th. It's 6th because especially if Isaac won't be there, there might even be less than 6th. So next up, for me, it's the winners, Man City. Okay. I'm going to tell you why. I know everyone says that it's going to be Liverpool or now Arsenal because they signed Norgard, Gyökeres, but they are bottling it. And to be honest, they're going to bottle it again. But Man City have stars. And they just signed Cherki, Aït-Nouri. They've signed a lot of new players. And they just signed a new goalkeeper that used to play at them. So they really, Pep is trying to figure out what didn't work last season. And for right now, it's working. Because Cherki was good in preseason. And he's a good player. So right now, I think maybe, Kyle Walker's leaving. I think Aït-Nouri's going to be good there. And they do have tiki-taka. They do surprise. They're known for the tiki-taka. They surprise the opposite team with goals when they do never expect it. So, and I have to tell you, their successes are incredible. Treble in 2022-23. They had the Premier League 2023-24, and sadly only the final of the FA Cup in 2024 and 25. In 2023-24, the season, they did make the FA Cup final too, but also lost to Man United, and this season lost to Crystal Palace. So nothing good. This season, last season, it was okay, but 2 seasons ago, it was one of the best squads of the 21st century, if you don't count the Galacticos. So they were really amazing. But as of now, I think Premier League they can do because they do have a fantastic squad. And Rodri has been out for a whole season, and And they do have a very nice logo. Like they have a golden ship and like a red, like a pentagon shape. And they do have a really nice kit. It's like plain blue and then have like a white stripe. In the new 25-26 kit, they have like white 2 stripes going down the middle of the shirts. And it looks really cool. And next, for me, second, Liverpool. Liverpool makes it second because for me, Man City will win. Though this season they didn't. Liverpool have made an insane transfer window. They have signed Wirtz, Kerkez, Mamardashvili, Frimpong, and more signings to come. They always make signings, that shock you. They signed from Southampton. They signed Van Dijk, and he wasn't really that good, but they made him incredible. Same like they're trying to maybe do with Kerkez. Or Mamardashvili, everyone's saying, why did they sign him? But now that Kelleher is going away, it makes kind of sense. But still, I don't know. Maybe Alisson's getting older, but still, it's kind of a weird signing. But they do have slot tactics are bringing energy into the game. He tried to make the player as energized into the game as possible. He explained it in a video saying how it's very important so the players just are ready for the game, so they know what's coming for them and that they aren't unprepared and then are shocked by what the other team does. So that's good tactics, but he's not gonna be that good like Klopp. They did win the league last season, so they are favorites, especially with the transfer window. And they have a really cool logo, leaving the old one behind and just having Liverbird with LFC written on it. So, Liverpool is favourites, and tons of people already made videos like these saying the predictions of the Premier League, and almost everyone said Liverpool's going to win the league. I think there was one person saying Arsenal, a couple saying Man United, I think one said Man City, but still they are very popular to win it. But I think Man City, when they are on their top form, which I think they will be this season, they are the best, maybe Real Madrid and now Barca even, they're really raising the line, they're really good, but it's still mid. It's no one knows really what's going to happen next season because Yamal's rising for Barca. There's kind of a weird thing going on in the Premier League because a lot of clubs are just really making better signings for their club, really trying to improve. And it's going to be an exciting window even when it goes on. But so far, this is how I see it. So next, Brighton, I see them finishing 12th. Because they don't have a surprising team. They're okay, but it's nothing too good. They do have a good team. They do. They really do. But it's not that good. They have Verbruggen, Dunk, Webster, Estupinian, Baleba, Mitoma, Ferguson, Rutter. And they're still staying. But their tactics are, Hurtzler builds a possession-based rotational style with youth and experience. And I don't see that youth, because if really, there would be youth and experience combined, it's good, but they do need a signing that will change their teams. And the experienced players that are there are not stars. They were never really stars. And the youth, Ferguson is doing okay. He's like 18, I think. He did have quite a good season in terms of growth last season, not this season so much. But he's okay, but it's nothing too good in terms of potential. Maybe he's gonna be good, but it's, no one really knows about him. I know about Ferguson because I study football a lot, but not so much. And they do get Europe quite often now, but they do get into Europe, but they're headed in the right way, but I don't think they're gonna keep it up long, especially with what the teams have been doing so far. So that's with it for Brighton for me. And they do have a good, they have the seagull, and they have kind of a clean, modern jersey, and a very nice, actually. I really like their logo. It's just just a seagull, blue background. A little simple, but it's nice. This is part 1 of the predictions. So tell me if you agree in the comments section down below. Part 2 will come soon.